to do his presentation. Mr. Sorin?
It's my pleasure to be back on the CIO platform after 3 years. I think we sponsored about 3-4 years back, and we are back here. What I'm going to talk is very, very simple and lucid, which we've been seeing around us for many, many years now. But things are changing silently, and we've not noticed it as CIOs, how our role is going to change with this changing digital infrastructure. I mean, from a CIO perspective, we started in the data processing in the 1980s to centralized computing to decentralized. And then we went on to consolidation, virtualization. Now we are talking private clouds and the public clouds. But what we are not seeing around us is a convergence of complete digital infrastructure in the IP networks, which is now going to carry services not only of data voice, but also of various energy systems, building control systems, our HVACs, our lifts, our energy. So as we say, the Computer Weekly magazine does a survey every year. And the 5 most important things which they talk about from a CIO perspective, implementing cloud has been consistently at the 5th level. In the sense it is important, the top 5 things. But on the top has been always delivering business solutions, reducing cost of IT, and digital convergence and flexible infrastructure has always been constant in the number 3 point. And I don't think we've noticed it for the so many years which has gone by, that this digital infrastructure is now becoming and now will become part of the IT or the CIO management as we move forward. And we'll see why we say that. So if you look at the digital infra trends, what we had in the erstwhile were our data networks, our traditional LAN WAN networks. Then came the communication networks on the voice, video, the unified communication story, the integrated AV solutions. And with the risk of security, now we are talking of security surveillance. And we are now getting into intelligence of security surveillance, where we want to do video analytics of the various security. And for us to be able to manage and control it, and these were all disparate systems. They were working on different kinds of connectors, cables, different standards, be it DVI, be it VGA, be it composite, be it analog, and now IP. So, but all these wiring systems, in order to reduce costs, in order to manage, to increase better manageability, is all moving on to the IP networks. And when it comes to IP networks, the erstwhile industry guys in the security or the HVACs or the electrical systems do not understand IP networks as much. It is the IT guys who really understood the IP networks. So as the new products which are coming in, and as they're trying to reduce the cost and increase manageability, so everything is now converging on our Cat 5, Cat 6 as we understand. So it's going to be more and more important that our role from managing data or business processes is going to now encompass in terms of managing electricity, managing light, energy, buildings, your perimeter security, your internal security, your visitor management systems. So I mean, that's the broad concept which we are talking about, and that's where we are now positioning our company in terms of ensuring that we deliver end-to-end digital infrastructure solutions. And we believe this is going to be the trend in the next 3 to 5 years, where every large enterprise to a medium enterprise would have to kind of look at it in a holistic picture and see how we use all the various technologies and converge them onto various IP networks. So these are the various services we are looking at. On the left we have our traditional IT services. On the right we have all the traditional services which is building or an office, a large office infrastructure would use. The benefits which one will definitely accrue out of this whole integration is going to be intelligence which we'll get. We'll minimize complexity because the cabling systems will become more common. It will reduce our cost. We'll be able to manage energy, which is, everyone is talking of green buildings, LEED certifications. And it is important to kind of control things. And security is becoming very, very, very important in our day-to-day life. So, for example, if you look at various schematics of security and surveillance, you will notice there are so many pieces of security which is now evolving, and managing them in a discrete system becomes very, very difficult. So with the IP, running on IP and the various softwares which will now make it important that we are able to deliver those kind of solutions to our clients. Ashtech started this practice about 2-3 years back, and traditionally the way IT used to work was largely selling hardware, then implementation management, and then now consulting and professional consulting is coming in. But with digital infrastructure, we have a 3D approach which is completely different. It starts with the consulting approach and a design element approach, because here we are not only integrating a couple of servers and storages and networks, but we are implementing multiple technologies to work together. And that's quite a complex way, because they come from various different principles and vendor technology guys. So it's very important to understand what will work together, what will not work together, and it's important to go through a design phase initially before we actually go and deploy it. Some of the case studies which we've done in the last 3 years, we've done the Sofitel Hotel in BKC, which has just opened 6 months back. We're doing the Shangri-La, which is opening in another, by June, July, you should have the opening of Shangri-La Hotel. We're doing a hotel in Ahmedabad. We're doing a commercial building at Naman, Midtown at Lower Parel. And we've done a couple of large offices using multiple digital infrastructure solutions within the office complex. This is just a simple slide that we were traditional information technology infrastructure players moving into digital infrastructure now, which will encompass the IT plus the various AV solutions and other digital infra solutions. Well, we had a very small presentation because we knew you had 2 hours of long presentation from Dr. Giri. But the idea was to introduce you at large to the digital infrastructure story and make you aware that in the years to come, managing of the complete buildings, systems, all are going to be on IP and networks, which will slowly form a part of the CIO responsibility, which for some it would have already done, and for some I think it is going to come in the future. So there is a complete different aspect which I don't think any of the technology partners we have here are really talking about it. But we are seeing this happening in our reality. We're doing projects in the marketplace, and I soon will see it in the large corporate houses, the same kind of projects which will come up. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sorin Shah, for your wonderful insight on